playoff driver. Now the one, and it looks like the engine goes away.
I don't need the digital dash to tell me that this is terminal for the one car. Smoke out the pipe.
3, so that's trying to push the car. Oh, we got a caution. Kyle Busch in trouble.
Issue
Right
with the
side,
18.
cut down a tire, guys. They knew they needed to clearance that tire. You can see it smoking there.
Oh, the right front.
Now the caution comes out.
Car on the front straightaway.
38 of Alfredo.
Hey, big winner on that, guys. Martin Truex Jr. He took the wave around. That's the.
Just got loose back there in the middle of the corner. Slides her down the back straightaway. Did a good job keeping it off the fence. Got a right rear flat. And we saw a right rear flat.
Rear's definitely down for sure.
Saw right rear flat with the spin out here almost. A lot of contact. Cars crashing into turn 1 into the outside wall.
And right away the caution comes out. Harrison Burton involved in the 21. You see Corey LaJoy in the 7. And he has the momentum.
Oh, Harvick in the wall.
Hard into the wall for Kevin Harvick. Right side. Damage to the right front. He's back up into the wall. The caution comes out again.
Hold your line.
Oh, upset with what happened on the
Off turn 4.
18 into the grass. Kyle Busch, another issue. And we saw on the right side of that car.
Ready to go.
Harvick stays up high. Also lap traffic in front of him. Through 3 and 4 for the final time. Joey Logano's going to win again in 2020. This time, Kansas. What a season Kyle Larson has put together, and what a round. This round of 8 of the best drivers in NASCAR. He has put it on. He wins again. Larson wins at Kansas. He won earlier this year here at Kansas. Bubba Wallace looking for his 2nd career win in the Cup Series. His final time through 3 and 4. He's going to do it. Bubba Wallace wins at Kansas.
Bubba Wallace.
When Kyle Larson was introduced to the crowd here at Kansas, he received one of the loudest ovations. Steering wheel out the window as he does donuts in front of the crowd.
Hello everybody and welcome to the NASCAR Cup Series NR2003 playoffs here at the Kansas Speedway. As we our playoff grid after Darlington, a quick refresher: Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick, Ryan Blaney, Chase Elliott, and Tyler Reddick say all comfortably have a cut line, all more than 20 points to the good. Then Ty Gibbs, Kyle Busch, Austin Cindric, and Daniel Suarez still in the double digits, 11 to 15 points to the good. Then it's tight around the cut line from Suarez, Hamlin, Keselowski on down to the 4 drivers in jeopardy being eliminated right now, being Buescher, Truex, Chastain, and Bowman. As we head into the Hollywood Casino 400 at Kansas Speedway as the green flag is about to drop. As it is Bubba Wallace on the pole alongside Alex Bowman here as we get ready to begin the Hollywood Casino 400. Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman on the front row, Truex, Bell, Hamlin, Larson, Blaney, Chastain, and Suarez will bring us to the green flag as we are green and underway here in Kansas. We got Bubba Wallace, Alex Bowman, 2 of the fastest cars from last season's race in real life, looking to get it done here as they lead the way here at Kansas. Of course, Bowman looking to turn it around after a terrible playoff opener in Darlington to get himself ready to advance into the playoffs. Bubba Wallace still trying to get that first win of the season, as his teammate Tyler Reddick has already won for 2011 racing. Where's the Watkins Glenn? We got trouble. We got crashing in the back. The 9 of Chase Elliott is around and into the wall with Almirola, Allmendinger, Briscoe, Preece, and Harrison Burton. The big one on lap 1 strikes again here in Kansas. Another huge crash. See the 10 of Almirola, the 9 of Chase Elliott spins down the track into Allmendinger. Up the track, he goes hard hit. Briscoe goes around. Ty Dillon gets a piece of Chase Elliott. Then they slide to block the track. Nowhere for Hocevar or Ryan Preece to go. They get collected and they suffer damage. See the 9 Chase Elliott. He came in with a cushion, and that cushion might be evaporating after this crash here on lap 1. That's going to put the 9 in a hole to start this race at Kansas with damage from spinning down the racetrack and being a part of this big crash on the opening lap of racing. The seas nearly parted full way for Ty Dillon, but he barely snuck through there. Yeah, a little bit of damage. You see Hosvar, LaJoy got a little bit of Allmendinger damage right there. Harrison Burton slid in at the back end of it with Ryan Preece. So 2 championship contenders involved in the big one here in Kansas. Chase Elliott and Ryan Preece on lap 1. But it looks like both will be okay to continue in this race. Meanwhile, back at the front of the field, back to the caution flag, it'll be Bubba Wallace leading here in Kansas. And now we go back underway here on lap 54. Kyle Larson leads the way. There's been an incident that we missed, has knocked out Hocevar and Cole Custer out of the race. Unfortunate for them. They were 2 young guys in the lower series trying to make their name up here in the Cup Series, get some good runs. This wasn't their day today. So you got some notable drivers, laps down. Denny Hamlin, Chris Buescher. Multiple playoff contenders right now, laps down here in Kansas. I think same thing as Ty Gibbs, all trying to get back into contention right now, but it is just not falling their way here as LaJoy, an extremely slow lap car after that damage he sustained from running into the front end of AJ Allmendinger in that crash on the first lap, has really damaged him and his hopes as we continue to move down the front stretch, see if all these guys can negotiate LaJoy successfully and avoid crashing. So far, so good. Harrison Burton into Kevin Harvick, some contact before Harvick gets turned, and into the wall goes Harvick. A hard and then hard head-on collision into the outside wall for Harrison Burton. Contact from his Penske Alliance teammate and championship contender Austin Cindric in the 2. Cindric turns Burton head-on into the wall. A huge hit for the 21, knocks him out of the race. Big damage to Austin Cindric and the 4 of Kevin Harvick, who came into this race very comfortably, but gets turned by Harrison Burton and slams the outside wall hard. Kevin Harvick's day ruined here in Kansas, a hard crash, and Cindric also, of course, another championship contender, got that win at Michigan to get in the playoffs. Big damage by going up into that outside wall for the 2 machine. See, big hit there for Cindric and Burton right here, and that's a hard head-on hit from the outside wall for Harrison Burton. And he gets some damage collected right there by Austin Cindric. You hate it for both of them. And back at the front of the field, it will be Kyle Larson leading the way in Kansas. And now we move on, of course, out of the race after that crash. Harrison Burton and the 2 of Austin Cindric will be our first championship contender out of this race. And it will put him right back down to the playoff bubble, where he will definitely be in jeopardy of missing the playoffs, being eliminated after Bristol next week. We'll see how everything plays out the rest of the race. Of course, Harvick way back here, way off the pace. Really a shame for him in his final season to have to get wrecked out like that. It's not, or at least not wrecked out of the race, but heavy damage like that, take a hard hit as he wraps up his career. After this, only 8 more races left in Kevin Harvick's Cup Series career. So we got Corey LaJoy once again, holding up guys back here, being a super slow lap car, as seemed the theme of the day. A little bit of contact there with Todd Gilliland. Him and LaJoy got a little bump there. Ty Gibbs, Truex, they go by. Kyle Busch, next championship contender, going to go by. Gets contact with LaJoy, sends LaJoy through the grass. LaJoy flying 2 guys back up the track. RKO out of nowhere into Logano and Yaley and Almirola. A huge hit here at Kansas for Corey LaJoy and Joey Logano, Eric Almirola, and JJ Yaley. Big head-on hits into the outside wall. 4 cars destroyed. All 4 of these guys going to be out of the race from this huge crash. I mean, Kyle Busch sent Corey LaJoy to get the replay here. Kyle Busch just sent him, and watch LaJoy go flying right back up the racetrack, and bang, wipes out Logano, Yaley, and Almirola. A hellacious crash here at Kansas as a carnage-filled weekend here in Kansas from all 3 series continues here in the Hollywood Casino 400, as multiple playoff drivers continue to have issues, as your race leader is going to be the 5 of Kyle Larson. Now on to the last lap of stage 1, the 48 of Alex Bowman leading the way, looking to get himself a stage win here in Kansas. Be a crucial playoff point, much needed for him, and get a big time 10 stage points after the problems. He had Darlington wrecking out early, trying to redeem himself with a strong run here in Kansas to get back above that playoff cut line. We'll see if he can hang on. It's 2, 3, and 4 for the final time. Wait for the lap car Creed to cross the line. Alex Bowman wins stage 1 in Kansas, followed by Austin Dillon, Daniel Suarez, Tyler Reddick, Brad Keselowski, Bubba Wallace, Chase Elliott, Kyle Larson, Ricky Stenhouse, Christopher Bell, and one other driver get some top 10 stage points. As we get back underway here on lap 73, or lap 75, lap 76, just after the end of stage 1, Austin Dillon is now in the race lead. The 48 pitted is now all the way at the back of the field with Suarez and a couple other contenders that came down pit road. Dillon now leads Byron, Reddick, and Keselowski. I took the lap cars back here. Chastain now the slow lap car, holding up a bunch of guys back here after course, we got rid of Corey LaJoy and Eric Almirola after the big crash that they were in. So we got a lot of playoff contenders back here. Blaney, Bowman, Gibbs, Suarez, Harvick got 5, and Chastain. So we got 6 championship contenders all here at the back of the field in the danger zone where all the chaos can happen, right in the middle of the Hornet's nest. As this is just where anything can happen here in Kansas. 48 going to get by Blaney and Justin Haley trying to chase down the 1 of Ross Chastain up ahead. Ty Dillon underneath him. They will go 3 wide for position as they continue to battle it out here down the backstretch, heading to 3 and 4 here in Kansas. Suarez down the outside of 48. Of course, you remember these guys had that rivalry in real life out to the 2023 Southern 500. Bowman, Suarez, of course, some contact, some bad blocks, some aggressive racing made them crash together, and it did not end well for either of them. So now back at the front of the field, Austin Dillon leading, but Reddick putting some pressure on him for the race lead. You see the caution lights around the racetrack. The caution is out here at Kansas. The caution is out, so we're going to see what happened to bring out the yellow flag as Dillon leads Reddick and Keselowski back to the caution flag. The 99, Daniel Suarez, was involved, and guess who else was in it? The 48 of Bowman, and the two who have a budding rivalry in real life and get together and make some contact once again. Kansas, the 4 Harvick gets Bowman hard into the outside wall of Suarez. Bowman and Suarez head on the outside wall. Big damage to 2 of the fastest cars today who really had a lot of good speed. Of course, Bowman, your stage one winner, but see Bowman just clipped Harvick and they both got turned hard into the wall. Big damage, and then Harvick just is stuck on the 1 of Chastain up ahead, and both Harvick and Chastain are stuck in the outside wall. Harvick keeps driving Chastain, and then something must be broken on Harvick's car, but he just keeps Chastain plowed in that wall through the entirety of turn 1 and 2 until they finally separate here down the backstretch. But both Trackhouse Racing cars heavily damaged, as is Harvick and Bowman. And now a huge crash here in stage 2 as that we missed has taken out almost half the darn field. So many playoff contenders out of this race. Ryan Preece, Alex Bowman is out. Kevin Harvick is out of this race. Justin Haley, Chase Briscoe, Sheldon Creed, all of them out. So already got playoff championship contenders out. The Chastain in the 1, Bowman the 48, the 4 of Harvick. Not the way those guys are having a terrible start to their playoffs, except Harvick. He had a pretty decent run at Darlington. Then up ahead of them, I believe also out of the race, obviously now the C99 Daniel Suarez has even more damage from before now, I guess. Now he's super slow, holding up a bunch of guys back here, and he will fall to the back of the lead lap line. Also out of the race, you'll have Martin Truex Jr. and Kyle Busch. No, Kyle Busch is still in the race. My bad. Truex in the 19, Ty Dillon in the 77, the 9, and Chase Elliott. So Elliott and Truex, 2 more championship contenders. So in that wreck, took out 4 or 5 championship contenders. Now on the last lap of stage 2, Bubba Wallace leading in dominating fashion. You're looking to win stage 2 over Kyle Larson. As the top playoff driver in the field right now is Christopher Bell, running the 3rd position, who came into this race atop the playoff grid comfortably ahead of the cut line. Looks to continue that today and comfortably. He could even knock himself into the round of 12 today with a good points today as we wait for Brad to cross the line. Bubba Wallace was going to win stage 2 in Kansas over Kyle Larson, Christopher Bell, and then 4th is going to be the 3 of Austin Dillon as he makes his way through 3 and 4 the final time. If he can hold off Blaney back to the line, it's going to be close, but Dillon will get 4th. Blaney will be 5th. Tyler Reddick will be 6th in the stage. Stenhouse will be 7th. 8th place is going to be Ty Gibbs. 9th place is going to be the 38 of Michael McDowell. Rounding your top 10 will be William Byron in stage 2 here in Kansas. Bubba Wallace, stage winner. Now onto a 1-lap shootout to decide the winner here in Kansas. It has come down to just 1 lap as we get the green flag and the white flag both in the air. Final laps on Colonel Bank at Kansas for Bubba Wallace. He has dominated this final stage. He just has to hang on for this 1 lap over Ryan Blaney and Kyle Larson to win and get both 2311 Racing cars a win in the 2023 NR2003 season. After, of course, Bubba missing the playoffs. Most of the regular season was kind of rough. But in the playoffs, he has turned it on. We're about to have back-to-back non-playoff driver winners. Larson Powers in the 2nd, but he's going to run out of time. It's through 3 and 4 for the final time. Bubba Wallace wins at Kansas. Kyle Larson, Austin Dillon, Byron Blaney are top 5. And then Gilliland, Keselowski, Ty Gibbs, Tyler Reddick, and Christopher Bell, your top 10. Not in that order exactly. As Bubba Wallace breaks through and gets the win here in Kansas. The first in the last 2 seasons. So both 2011 Racing cars have won a race this season. Reddick winning at Watkins Glen. Bubba Wallace now winning here in Kansas, and back-to-back non-playoff drivers winning. So nobody's locked into the win. See the race results on the long list of playoff driver DNS on the left side of your screen. We'll see the updated playoff grid momentarily. Now the NASCAR Cup Series playoff grid heading into the cutoff race at Bristol at the end of the round 16. Christopher Bell is the first playoff driver to clinch his spot in the round of 12, making it on points. So a great job for him. He is through. Then Blaney, Tyler Reddick, Kevin Harvick, Chase Elliott, Ty Gibbs, Brad Keselowski, all very comfortable with the cut line, all more than 20 of the good. Suarez, Kyle Busch, still looking pretty solid, plus 18. Then tight around 10th on down. Denny Hamlin, only 10 points to the good. Then Buescher and Priest tied, only 3 points above Austin Cindric, who's now below the cut line, as well as Bowman, Truex, and Chastain. So until the playoff round of 16 cutoff at Bristol, I hope you all have a good one.